Hello guys, welcome back to our video. Okay, now we will from group 6 will present about the element of the curriculum. Before we go into the material, I will introduce the member of group 6, namely Rara Calista, Anggun, and Rahayu as presenter, and myself, Jayidah, as moderator and as presenter. Okay guys, let's enjoy with our videos.
Well, I'll explain to you what is the element of curriculum. The form of curriculum was first popularized by Franklin Bobbitt in 1981. Bobbitt likened curriculum to rice course or project 3 that must be taken in teaching and learning process. As we discussed last week, curriculum is a written plan designed to facilitate a learning process. So, in brief, it can be said curriculum elements are the basis on which developer of the curriculum itself is developed.
Okay, now I will explain some elements of the curriculum. There are several experts who agree about the element of the curriculum. The first, objective or goals. Zohrabi 2011 explained, the objectives are something that will be achieved at the end of a lesson or are called special learning objective. So it can be interpreted the objective or goals are the determinants of the goals of a teaching and learning activity and become a guide for teachers and students. The second, attitude and motivations. The attitude and motivation of student learning is crucial to the success of the teaching and learning process. If students have a positive attitude toward the teachers, the material and method used, the desire to learn is easily realized and vice versa. The third, duration or time to achieve learning goals. Zohrabi 2011 explained that in a very limited time, the teacher must be able to determine which learning activities are needed to be explained in accordance with specific learning process. For example, one of the goals of learning to read in the field of English studies is to read the English text alone. The fourth, needs analysis. Zohrabi 2011 explained that needs analysis is carried out before, during, and after learning or program is carried out to determine the learning framework, teaching material, and learning process. The objective of the needs analysis are ensuring the learning objective to the needs, determining student needs, determining what student needs and at the intended target, ensuring the resource, equipment and facilities needed, and ensuring the level of language students have before a program or teaching and learning begins. The fifth, student and teachers. In this element, the curriculum developer in this case is the teacher plays a very important role in knowing the needs of students and preparing the teaching and learning process carefully. The last, exercise and learning activities. If a student are only talk about the form of language without knowing the function and how to use it, they will not be able to use this knowledge in daily communications. Therefore, the main task of the teachers is how to prepare exercise and learning activities that can involve with all students while taking into account the goals, language skill, and needs of students. Okay, that's all from me. Back to moderator.
Okay, thanks for Anggun. Now I will continue to explain the element of the curriculum. Okay, the seventh element is the source of learning. There are several criteria for selecting learning source. Namely, learning resource must be in accordance with the learning objectives. Teaching material that should be easy, simple, and balanced between the number of exercise and activities. Next, the X element is a way of learning that is very influential in the implementing the curriculum in the classroom, because developing student learning skill is much more important than developing student language skill. The ninth element is the skill. In short, to enrich teacher learning should be integrate for learning skill are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The tenth element is vocabulary. Where our curriculum developers students must provide direction to students so that they expand their vocabulary. The 11th element is grammar. This is a lesson that is difficult to understand for students. A curriculum developer can develop ways of learning grammar in the classroom, which is taught according to objective and the level of student ability. Okay, the 12th or the last element is assignment. To purpose the assignment is to determine the success of student in achieving learning goals and also the measure the success of teacher in teaching and as curriculum developer.
Okay, friends, here I'm Rahayu will explain you about the six elements of curriculum. There are six elements of curriculum that is need analysis, objective, test, material, and teaching. According Zahrabi and Brown, a need analysis is a process before, during, and after the provision of teaching materials or curriculum. Implementation in a broader scope and ended with an evaluation process. Previously, need analysis is a process of gathering relevant information related to necessities, lack, and wants. Brown explained that need analysis is a carried out of by conducting interview, distributing, analyzing the language content, and making initial prediction what student need based on data. The result of this needs analysis are used to formulate general and specific of curriculum known as objective. After objectives are set, the test will be designed in accordance with the objective of the design. Actually, tests uh, will aim to compare students' abilities and with the other students and to measure student understanding of the material that has been taught before. After preparing the appropriate of test, the curriculum developer should, especially teacher, should prepare the teaching of material, and then it can be done by conducting, developing, and or adapting teaching and then materials. The most important thing is conformity to student need, learning objective, design test, and teaching process and evaluating. Okay, the next is teaching. In this element, curriculum developers should prepare the teaching process according to needs of student who will adjust to the learning object. And the last element, according to Brown, is evaluation. What is evaluation? Evaluation is the process of collecting and analyzing systematically to improve the curriculum. Evaluating that are also carried out in each process of developing, learning, objective writing, and using tests, adapting, and developing.
Now, I will explain the simple forms of element of curriculum. Look at the chart below. The chart below is the simple forms of the element of curriculum that described by Zohrabi and Brown. Goals or objectives still remain at the top. The formulation of objectives still taken from the result of need analysis. The second element, which is located equally, is subject matter and learning process. Subject matter passed on learning objective and method that suite of the characteristic of student, and learning activities in which the element discuss learning strategies that needed by student. And the final element is the evaluation, namely assessment of the result of the implementation strategy curriculum in the classroom.
Okay guys, that's all from our group. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.